Have you ever woken up feeling even more tired than when you went to bed? That dragging sensation throughout the day. No energy, no motivation to do even the simplest things. Like your internal battery is always running on empty? If you're over 60, this feeling might have become almost routine, right? But what most people don't know is that there are natural, simple, and delicious ways to turn this around. And one of them lies in something most of us know, but almost no one eats the right way: nuts. Before we go on, tell me, do you usually include nuts in your daily diet? Or do you think they're all the same and only eat them occasionally when you remember? Well, there's a huge difference between the types of nuts and their impact on your health. And today I want to share with you a little-known secret. There are 3 specific types that have an impressive power to boost your energy, improve your mood, and even support your brain and heart health. Let's get straight to the point. The problem is that as the years go by, our body produces less and less energy. Our cells start losing their ability to convert the food we eat into real, usable energy. This happens for several reasons: natural aging, decreased hormone production, increased insulin resistance, and of course, a diet lacking in key nutrients. The result: chronic fatigue, trouble focusing, memory lapses, and that constant feeling of weakness. And here's where things get interesting. Recent studies and nutritional research have shown that certain types of nuts contain specific combinations of essential fatty acids, antioxidants, and bioavailable minerals that can literally recharge your cells from the inside out. They don't just give you a temporary sugar-like energy boost. They work on a deeper level, improving your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells that produce energy. You've probably heard about omega-3s, right? Well, one of these special nuts I'll mention today is one of the richest plant sources of omega-3s available. It plays a key role in reducing inflammation, improving blood flow, and optimizing how your brain and muscles use energy. And that's just the beginning. The second nut on the list is loaded with magnesium and B vitamins, 2 essential nutrients that directly affect how your nervous system and muscles function. Low magnesium levels are one of the most underdiagnosed causes of fatigue in older adults. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize they're deficient. Now, the third nut. This one is a true powerhouse when it comes to antioxidants. It helps protect your cells from oxidative stress, which is one of the main reasons why energy production declines as we age. Think of it like this: while your body is trying to produce energy, it's also fighting off tiny internal damages every day. This nut helps reduce that damage, keeping your energy factories working better for longer. But here's a very important warning. Not all nuts sold in supermarkets will give you these benefits. The way they're processed matters a lot. Some are roasted at high temperatures, which destroys key nutrients. Others come loaded with added sugars, salt, or even harmful oils that can do more harm than good. And another mistake I see often: people overdoing it. Yes, nuts are healthy, but they're also calorie-dense. Eating too much can lead to weight gain and digestive discomfort, which ends up having the opposite effect on your energy levels. That's why, in this video, I'll also explain exactly how much of each type you should eat per day for the best results. By the end of this video, not only will you know the names of these 3 powerful nuts, but I'll also give you a bonus tip, a 4th food that, when combined with them, supercharges the effects and gives you even more noticeable energy and vitality in your day-to-day life. Stay with me, because this information could make a real difference for you or someone you love. Let's start by talking about the first nut: walnuts. They're often called the brain nut for a reason. Walnuts are incredibly rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. But the magic doesn't stop there. They're also packed with polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation throughout your body. This is critical because chronic inflammation is one of the silent killers of energy production. When your cells are inflamed, they can't produce energy efficiently, and guess what? Studies show that older adults who consume walnuts regularly have better cognitive function, improved mood, and more stamina during the day. Now let's dive into the second nut: almonds. These little guys are an absolute powerhouse when it comes to magnesium. And why does magnesium matter so much? Because it plays a direct role in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, many of them linked to energy production and muscle function. Low magnesium levels often cause muscle weakness, mental fog, and that constant feeling of exhaustion. Plus, almonds are rich in B vitamins like riboflavin and niacin, which are essential for turning the food you eat into usable energy. A handful a day can help fill in critical nutritional gaps, especially for older adults who often absorb less magnesium from food as they age. Moving on to the third superstar nut, Brazil nuts. These are one of the richest dietary sources of selenium, a trace mineral that plays a massive role in protecting your cells from oxidative stress. Selenium is like a shield that prevents your cell's energy factories, the mitochondria, from breaking down prematurely. Plus, selenium supports thyroid function, and your thyroid is a key regulator of your metabolism and energy levels. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day can meet your daily selenium needs, but it's important not to overdo it, because too much selenium can be harmful. So let's quickly recap. Walnuts for brain and anti-inflammatory power, almonds for E, magnesium and B vitamins, and Brazil nuts for selenium and thyroid support. Each one targets a different but essential part of your energy production system. Together, they form a natural energy-boosting trio that's perfect for adults over 60. But here's the part most people miss. Timing and combination matter. Eating these nuts randomly, at any time, or in huge quantities, won't give you the same benefits. Ideally, you should spread them throughout the day. Maybe a small portion with breakfast, a few with your afternoon snack, and another bit in the evening if you like. This way, your body gets a steady supply of nutrients without overwhelming your digestion. Another important tip: always choose raw or lightly toasted versions. Stay away from heavily roasted or salted nuts. High temperatures destroy the delicate fats and antioxidants, and excess sodium can lead to bloating and water retention. Exactly the opposite of what you want if your goal is more energy and vitality. And please, avoid the sugar-coated versions. Those candied nuts might taste great, but the added sugar creates blood sugar spikes and crashes that leave you feeling more tired than before. If you want flavor, try sprinkling a little cinnamon or a pinch of sea salt yourself at home. Natural seasonings can add taste without killing the health benefits. Now let's talk about portion control. For most adults, a good daily guideline is around 7 whole walnuts, 10 to 15 almonds, and 1 to 2 Brazil nuts. This amount gives you the key nutrients without going overboard on calories. If you're new to eating nuts, start slow. Introduce one type at a time over a few days to make sure your digestion handles them well. And if you have any known allergies or intolerances, of course, consult your doctor before making changes to your diet. Food allergies can be serious, and safety always comes first. But for most people, when consumed in the right way, these 3 nuts can become a daily ritual for more energy, better, and even sharper thinking. Lastly, for this section, let me share a quick success story. One of my patients, Maria, 68 years old, came to me complaining of daily fatigue and brain fog. After adding just these 3 types of nuts to her breakfast and afternoon snack, within 3 weeks she reported feeling more awake in the mornings and less tired by the end of the day. Simple changes, real results. Now that you know which 3 nuts to focus on, let's dive deeper into how they work inside your body. Imagine this. Every single cell you have is like a tiny factory. These factories need raw materials, good workers, and protective equipment to keep running smoothly. Walnuts, almonds, and Brazil nuts provide exactly that. They bring in the essential fats, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants your cells crave to produce ATP, the real fuel your body uses for every movement, thought, and heartbeat. And it's not just about energy for your muscles. These nuts also support something many people forget: mental energy. Feeling mentally sharp, emotionally balanced, and able to focus depends heavily on the nutrients you get. Walnuts, with their omega-3s, help improve communication between your brain cells. Almonds, with their magnesium and B vitamins, reduce mental fatigue and support nerve function. And Brazil nuts, with selenium, help regulate mood by supporting neurotransmitter production. But let's be real. Even with all this information, I know that changing eating habits can be hard. Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you just don't feel like it. That's why I always recommend finding simple ways to integrate these nuts into foods you already love. For example, add crushed walnuts to your morning oatmeal. Toss a few almonds into your yogurt or smoothie. Keep Brazil nuts handy for an afternoon snack. Small habits lead to big changes over time. One trick I love sharing with my patients is to make a custom energy mix. Just grab a small jar, add the right portions of walnuts, almonds, and Brazil nuts, and keep it somewhere visible, on your kitchen counter, next to your coffee maker, or even in your bag. That way you're more likely to remember and actually eat them. Out of sight often means out of mind. Another thing that's crucial to talk about is hydration. Nuts provide the nutrients, but your body also needs enough water to transport these nutrients where they're needed. If you're feeling tired all the time, chances are you're not drinking enough water either. So while you improve your diet with these energy-boosting nuts, make sure you're also sipping water regularly throughout the day. And what about digestion? Some people worry that nuts might be hard to digest, especially for older adults. If that's your case, here's a tip. Soak your almonds and walnuts overnight. This helps reduce natural compounds called phytates that can make digestion a bit harder. Just cover them with water before bed, drain and rinse in the morning, and enjoy. You'll notice they become softer and easier on your stomach. Now, let me pause for a second and share something important. Consistency matters more than perfection. Don't stress se você esquecer dia ou outro. What really makes the difference is building a habit over weeks and months. Energy restoration doesn't happen overnight, but with a steady supply of the right nutrients, your body starts to respond. Day by day, you'll notice small improvements. Less yawning in the afternoon, more motivation to get up and move, better sleep at night. Speaking of sleep, did you know that these nuts can also help with that? Magnesium from almonds helps relax your muscles and calm your nervous system. Selenium from Brazil nuts supports the balance of thyroid hormones, which regulate your sleep-wake cycle. And omega-3s from walnuts, they play a role in the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body when it's time to rest. So, by adding these 3 nuts into your daily routine, you're not just fighting daytime fatigue, you're also setting the stage for deeper, more restorative sleep at night. And better sleep creates a positive cycle. More rest means more energy, and more energy means better quality of life. Before we move to the next part, I want to remind you, this is not about following a complicated diet or buying expensive supplements. It's about simple, natural foods that you can find at any grocery store, used in the right way, with consistency and awareness. Now, let's address something that many people overlook: the biggest mistakes when eating nuts. First mistake: eating them in large, uncontrolled amounts, thinking, if a little is good, more must be better. Unfortunately, this backfires. Nuts are calorie-dense, and too much can lead to unwanted weight gain, digestive issues like bloating, or even nutrient imbalances, especially with Brazil nuts, where selenium levels can quickly exceed healthy limits if you eat too many. Another common mistake: buying the wrong type of nuts. Those colorful snack packs you see at gas stations or convenience stores. They're often loaded with excess salt, sugars, artificial flavors, and unhealthy oils. Always go for raw, unsalted, and preferably organic nuts when possible. This way, you're getting the full nutritional benefit without the junk. There's also the issue of freshness. Nuts contain delicate oils that can go rancid if stored improperly or for too long. Eating stale nuts doesn't just taste bad, it can also introduce harmful compounds to your body. My tip: buy smaller quantities, store them in airtight containers, and keep them in the fridge or freezer if you don't plan to eat them quickly. Let's not forget food combinations. Many people mix nuts with sugary dried fruits thinking they're making a healthy trail mix, but this often results in blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, leaving you feeling even more tired. If you want to combine, stick with low-sugar options like plain oats, Greek yogurt, or fresh fruit like berries, which have fiber and antioxidants without the sugar bomb effect. And here's a question I get a lot. Can I just eat all 3 nuts at once, in one big handful? The answer is, you can. But spreading them out during the day is better. This allows your body to absorb the nutrients gradually and keeps your energy levels more stable. Think of it like feeding a fire slowly, rather than dumping all the wood at once and watching it burn out quickly. Now, let's talk about affordability. Some people think eating healthy means spending a fortune, but here's the truth. A small bag of raw almonds or walnuts lasts a long time if you're eating proper portions. Brazil nuts? You only need 1 or 2 per day. The cost per serving is actually very low when you compare it to processed snacks, sugary treats, or energy drinks. Another key point: the emotional connection with food. Eating these nuts shouldn't feel like a chore. Create a ritual around it. Take a moment to enjoy the texture, the taste, the feeling of doing something good for your body. Turn it into a small act of self-care every day. This mindset shift can make all the difference in building lasting habits. If you live with family or friends, involve them too. Place a small bowl of your energy nut mix on the dining table or in the living room. When healthy options are visible and accessible, everyone benefits. I've seen couples and entire households adopting this habit together and feeling better together. Let's also acknowledge that change takes time. Don't expect miracles overnight. The goal here is sustainable, gradual improvement. Within a few weeks with consistency, you'll likely notice clearer thinking, less afternoon tiredness, and maybe even a stronger desire to move your body and stay active. And now, as promised, let me introduce the bonus food that can amplify the effects of these 3 nuts. This is something that works in synergy with them, enhancing absorption and adding even more antioxidants to the mix. Ready to find out what it is? Stick with me for the final part. The bonus food I've been saving until now is something simple, delicious, and packed with its own health benefits. Dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. Yes, you heard that right, dark chocolate. But before you run to grab a candy bar, let me explain why this works and how to use it the right way. Dark chocolate in moderate amounts is rich in flavonoids, natural compounds that improve blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and even help regulate mood and cognitive function. When you combine dark chocolate with your daily portion of walnuts, almonds, and Brazil nuts, you create a powerful synergy. The healthy fats from the nuts help your body absorb the antioxidants from the chocolate more efficiently. Plus, the small amount of natural caffeine and theobromine in dark chocolate gives a gentle energy lift, without the crash that comes from coffee or sugary snacks. The ideal way to enjoy this combo? Take a small square of dark chocolate, about 10 to 15 grams, and eat it alongside your nuts as an afternoon snack or after lunch. This not only satisfies sweet cravings, but also turns your energy snack into something you'll actually look forward to every day. But here's an important reminder: quality matters. Avoid chocolates with added milk, excess sugar, or artificial flavors. Look for products that list cocoa mass or cacao as the first ingredient and aim for at least 70% cocoa content. This ensures you're getting the antioxidant benefits without unnecessary fillers. Now imagine this daily routine. You wake up, have your breakfast with some walnuts and almonds. Mid-morning you drink water and maybe eat 1 Brazil nut. After lunch, a small piece of dark chocolate with a few more nuts. In the evening, if you want, you can sprinkle crushed nuts over a fruit salad or yogurt. Small, strategic steps like these can transform how you feel within weeks. By making this change, you're not just eating better. You're telling your body every day, I want to feel alive, energized, and present. That mindset, combined with the nutritional power of these foods, can help break the cycle of chronic fatigue and low mood that so many people over 60 struggle with. And here's something else to think about. Your future self will thank you. Every day that you nourish your body with the right foods, you're investing in more energy, better mood, clearer thinking, and even stronger immunity. These small choices today are what build the quality of your life tomorrow. So now the invitation is clear. Go to your kitchen, Check if you already have these 3 types of nuts and some good dark chocolate. If not, add them to your next shopping list. Start small, but start today. Your energy, your mood, and your overall vitality are worth this effort. And if this video helped you, do me a favor. Share it with someone you love. Maybe a friend, a parent, a neighbor, who's been complaining about tiredness too. Let's spread this information and help more people discover how food, simple, accessible food, can bring life back to our days. Take care, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next video with more tips to help you live with more health, energy, and joy. Till then, stay well.